So when we got to the beach and we figured out what kite we were going to use, you did a really nice job of stringing the lines all the way back to the kite, using your body and your fingers to get rid of all the tangles in the lines all the way back to the kite. You correctly connected the kite to the lines using the appropriate knots.
Like that?
So what we're going to do is you're going to push that rope up through the hole. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. As we remember, the loops and the knots, make sure that we don't connect this to the wrong lines.
Yeah.
You can't connect the center line to the end, it won't connect. Yeah. So, one last thing, let's just make sure, is we're going to go back to the bar. Let's go back, and let's just re-walk just the outside lines one time. There, and they go straight to the end of the kite. We're just double checking. Okay. So this one's good, and that one's good. Yep. Very nice. Nice. Okay. Let's get our gear on. There you go.
Oh, this is what you used to put me.
Yes, exactly. Although the audio got a little messed up in this section, you correctly identified the wind direction and the position where the kiter and the kite launcher would be standing. Remember, we determined that by facing into the wind, stretching our arms out to our sides, and then we know that the kiter will be in the direction of one hand and the kite launcher will be in the direction of the other hand. We know that when the kite is in this position, we are on the edge of the wind window and the kite will have no power. How will you know when I'm ready for you to let go of the kite? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
What if I do thumbs down?
I don't do anything.
You don't do anything. In fact, you can put the kite down. You can lay it back down on the ground. Okay? Very good. What does this mean? If I put my hand on my head, what does that mean?
You want to land.
Land it. So, yep, when you want to land the kite, boom, put your hand on your head. Okay? All right, here we go. When we launched the kite, we made sure that the lines were perpendicular to the direction of the wind. I gave you the thumbs up sign and took a small step upwind, giving the kite a little extra power and steering the kite up above my head to 12 o'clock. So for our first lesson today, what we want to do is we're going to launch the kite off of the water, and then we're going to do these simple movements with the kite. We're going to start at 12 o'clock, and we're going to move the kite to 2 o'clock really slowly. I want you to do this, move the kite as slowly as you possibly can. We're going to bring it down to 2 o'clock, and then I want you to bring it back up to 12 o'clock. I want you to do it this slow, nice and slow. And then we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to go from 12 o'clock down to 10 o'clock. And again, I want you to move the kite as slowly as you can move it, okay? And then back up to the top. All right? Now, remember, if at any time you feel like you want to take a break, or you feel like the kite's pulling you, you get nervous, we're just going to nice and gently take the kite down to the edge of the water. Let us just move it down slow. And once it touches the water, let go of the bar. During your classes, we learned how to assess the wind for safe wind directions, wind quality and speed, and to assess the area in which we're going to kite. We learned about onshore and offshore wind, and then we know that we can only kite in either side shore, side onshore, or onshore wind. We also learned about the wind window. We learned that along the edge of the window, the kite will have very little power. As we steer the kite into the wind window is when we generate power with the kite. We did a pre-flight check, checking all of our lines and safety equipment. We learned how to pilot the kite. We piloted the kite from off the water up to 12 o'clock, back and forth between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and we used the kite to also drag us across the water in body dragging. We learned how to launch and land the kite with an assistant. We learned the safety signals. When it was okay to launch, giving a thumbs up. Do not launch, giving the thumbs down. I want to land my kite by patting the top of our head. We learned about sheeting the kite in and out by pulling the bar down to sheet in and pushing the bar out to sheet out. Sheeting the bar in builds power in the kite. Sheeting the bar out reduces power in the kite. We learned about the safety system, the chicken loop, the chicken finger, and your safety line. We learned how to release your chicken loop and safety system and retrieve the kite. On the water, you were able to body drag both to the left and to the right, and pilot the kite from the water and relaunch. Next steps for you will be to learn to maneuver the kite with one hand, body drag with the board, body drag upwind, and do board starts.